good evening, everyone. Myself, Akshara Dambe, the counselor of UK division. Today, with me, there are two other people. One is Jyotimam, who is the senior counselor of the UK division, and other is our director, that is Amit sir. You must all know him. Okay, so apart from this, we have four other panelists with us. So I would like to introduce them one by one. So first is Sara Puttuparakat from University of Bristol. Hi Sara, thank you for joining the today's session. Then second is Vikrant Khernar, who is from University of Leeds. So hi Vikrant, thank you for the today's session. And then third one is Rutuja Shimpi from University of Manchester. Hi Rutuja, and thank you for the today's session. And then last is Digvijay Singh Raut from the Newcastle University. Hi Digvijay, and thank you so much for attending the today's session.
Hello Akshada ma'am, hello Amit sir, and hello everyone.
Hello Digvijay, you are not seen Digvijay. Yeah,
Just
now you're
good.
Yes.
Hello Amit sir, hello Akshada ma'am, and hello everyone. Thank you so much.
Yes, so basically in today's session, we are going to get some overall information about the UK, where our director, that is Amit sir, will ask some questions to our panelists, and our panelists will answer to them one by one. So I think we should start the session, and over to you, sir.
Thank you, Akshada ma'am. Thank you very much. And I am so happy, so glad to be amongst our alumni, and they have joined us all the way from the UK. I think it must be afternoon, like lunch is over, I think, for all of you, around 1 or 2. And how is snow and all? I hope it's going on. It's snowing in some parts of the UK. Digvijay, I request you to again switch on the camera, if possible. Okay, yeah, and stay on camera itself so that it will be very interactive. Please, if possible, try that. Okay, so firstly, thank you all for being with us here, and on just small email, you all accepted the invitation to join, and this is going to be a very, very important session for our students, those who are current students with us. Last year, you all were in this phase, except Sarah, I think, who went before that, right? I guess, Sarah?
Yeah, I think I went around September, but that would be correct.
Yes.
September 2022.
22. You were in 22, right? Yeah, correct.
Yeah.
Correct. But others were in 23. So, yeah. So, highly excited, and thank all. So, we will start with some basic questions which generally everyone has in mind. Okay, and I will not ask same question to everyone. It will be, monotonous to answer same thing again and again. So we will try and give the different question to different people. But before that, firstly, we will just take a hi from everyone. So if you can introduce yourself to all the audience, that will be nice. On my left, I have Sarah, and on my right, I have Vikrant, Rutuja, and Digvijay. So I think we'll start with Sarah. So if you can just brief introduction of 1 minute, everyone. So over to you, Sarah.
All right. Thank you, Amit sir. Thank you for having me here. Everybody, I'm Sara Puttuparakat. Nice to meet you. I have come to the UK September 22nd, 22 to do a master's in psychology of education. And the consultancy I was at, obviously, actually, study abroad consultants. It was really good. The talks that we had kind of helped me to make a proper choice in terms of what university I wanted to go into, because with psychology, the branches that I wanted to study, there were no courses in India per se, and I wasn't really sure where to go ahead with it. I started off in looking up universities in USA and UK, and then just the general advice that I was given helped me quite a lot. It can feel a bit intimidating when you're trying to look up stuff abroad, and it just helped quite a lot. And I hope whatever I share with you today will help you make choices for yourself as well.
Thank you, Sana, and welcome to the session. So next we have Mr. Vikrant Khernar, who has joined us all the way from Leeds. So Vikrant, just brief introduction about
Uh,
yourself.
yes, hello. Am I audible?
Yes, yes.
Yeah, so hi guys, I'm Vikrant and I'm currently studying in University of Leeds. I'm studying international business and I'm a postgraduate student. My journey had been a roller coaster, but thank you to Amit sir, Akshada ma'am and Jyoti ma'am. They were always there to help me. And yeah, it has been 3 months and everything has been going great till now. And yeah, I would love to answer all the questions that the current students have.
Great, great, great. Thank you, Vikrant, and welcome to the session. Then we have a girl from Manchester, Rutuja. So, Rutuja, just brief introduction about you, please.
Hi, sir. Am I audible?
Yes, yes, you're audible.
So, hi everyone. I'm Rutuja. I am here for my master's in public health at the University of Manchester. And yeah, it has been 3 months now. It's very exciting, very nice, very new, and I'm looking forward for this interactive session.
Great. Thank you, Rutuja. Thank you, and welcome to the session. And then we have our last panelist, Mr. Digvijay Raut, who has joined us all the way from the UK again, and he's in Newcastle University. And Digvijay, just a brief introduction of you.
Um, Hello, sir. Is I'm audible?
Yes, yes, you're audible.
Yeah, good morning to one and all present here. Respected Amit, sir, Akshada ma'am, Jyoti ma'am, and all the aspirants of study abroad. Basically, I have joined Newcastle University. I'm here for my master's in sustainable agriculture and food security. I came at UK on the 9th of September. It has been nearby 4 months, the journey till now. Uh, I'm happy to say all the experiences which I have gone throughout these days. And I must say the journey was not very, very simple for this, but the actual study helped me a lot to get this dream come true. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Digvijay. Thank you, all of you. And then let's start with our question rounds. Okay, we will make sure that we will wind up way in time so that you guys can carry on your day work. By 6:15 India time, we should be over. So in next maximum 1 hour, we should be over. Okay, so we'll keep it short. Okay, so we'll start randomly. We'll first start maybe with Vikrant first, maybe. And Vikrant, just tell us,
Yes, sir.
as you are 3 months there and you must have taken a lot of courses there and all. So how do
Sure.
you feel the academic system or education system in the university, and whether you find it better uh, than what you studied here in India, or like how was that experience?
Yeah, so the education system here is totally different than it was in India. It is more practical focused. And so the setup in University of Leeds has been that we have lectures in which the theory is taught to us. And then we have a seminar of 1 hour where we discuss practical case studies, which actually gives you a lot many insights about the subject. So yeah, I would say that it is much practical and you get to know like worldwide knowledge and the application of the knowledge you are learning. So that's a major difference that I found compared to India.
Okay, great, great. Rutuja, would you like to add something to this answer? Like, you find anything different in the education system because you're doing a public health program, which is different than the business program.
Yes. So, yeah, definitely the curriculum and the teaching style is quite different from what we had experienced in India. The lectures are different. The style of taking the examinations is different. In India, we always have this perception of college that it has to be 9 to 3 every day, Monday to Friday. But in the UK, it's not like that. You have lectures maybe thrice or 4 times a week, but those lectures are important and your reading is equally important. Like whatever is taught, apart from that, whatever reading content is that is given to you, you need to do a lot of work by yourself as well. So there's no spoon feeding as such over here. You have to be very alert all the time.
Great. And Digvijay, you are into an agriculture program, which is a rare that student goes for agriculture program. So how is your academics there?
Sir, as said by the co-colleagues, like it's totally different from India, but when it comes to agriculture, it's totally unique from every program. Basically, yeah, the practicals, the university owns their individual farms. We are taken over twice or thrice a week to the farms, and the practicals took place there. And even as they said, rather than pen and paper-based examinations, more focus is on like not only more, I'll say completely focus of them is the critical thinking, critical reading, and critical analysis. They will give a paper, they'll ask you to write a academic research paper or critique a paper. So it's all about thinking and how you can publish writing skills and speaking skills, much more on that side.
Great, great. Sarah, now for you, I will be on the same question, but as you are there for more than a year now, your program is of 2 years program.
Oh, it was just a 1-year master.
So now you already completed your master's, right?
Yes, I have. Yeah.
Okay, so I just, if you can tell us more than the education system about the grading system, how they grade you and, how is everything. So if you can just tell us how was the grading done by the University of Bristol for you?
Fair enough. I think everybody brought up pretty good points in terms of how they spoke, how academics are different. I think it would differ based on how courses are because your modules would differ that way as well. But I'll give my perspective from psychology at least. And if you have any specific questions at the end, I'll be more than happy to answer. For the most, I think with the modules that I had, you would get about 6 to 7 compulsory courses that you choose based on the course that you go for, and then you choose maybe 1 or 2 optional courses, and they will all have like separate credits. So you kind of have to make sure that it balances the credits towards the end. My master's was about 180 credits. And most of the ones that I did would kind of be essays or just critical thinking format papers. It would be quite intensive in terms of reading because the course that I did was a conversion course, which basically means it's 3 years of study condensed into one. And there would be almost 1 week's worth of reading before every lecture. So you'd have to really plan out stuff very well in time. When I came to university, there was an online module that we were given that was to help us assimilate to get digitally ready for the university because we would have recorded lectures before class. We'd interact, do discussions in class, and then work on the formative assessments, basically. And there's a lot of heavy feedback. I would say one thing personally, just that I feel would be good for everybody there. Back home, we're quite focused on marks, and everybody is quite used to kind of, the higher, the better. It's quite difficult to get really high marks here. I think the tops kind of come to 75, 80. So keep those expectations in mind. Don't let it get to you when it comes here. I think just having that help from other seniors that were here from India really helped. So don't let it bug you too much.
Okay. And now you already completed your master's, right?
Yes, I have.
Okay. And when is your graduation?
That should be February 20 or something, some date around that. We haven't been told yet. It's not been confirmed. Yeah.
Okay. And what you are into now, like after finishing graduation, what you are currently into?
So since I did educational psychology, I wanted to kind of traverse some jobs in the education sector. I'm currently working as a teaching assistant in schools, and I'll probably move on to higher roles as it progresses because I want to use what I studied in a classroom setting, and probably apply for a doctoral after that. Let's see.
Great. Now we will go on the schedule part of it, like because the schedule in the UK is very hectic for students. This is what we have heard. It is very difficult to balance the studies with work, with your day-to-day activities and all this stuff, So as these 3 students, those who went in 23 have already completed their first semester, I guess, right? You are completed with SEM 1. So can you just tell us like how was your schedule like? Individually, it will differ definitely, but individually, if you can tell me one by one, like how was your schedule? So first, let's Digvijay. Digvijay, if you can tell us how was your schedule for the whole week, like.
Sir, till now, the first semester is now just have like end in the last week. It has been totally a hectic schedule, as you said. It was like, sir, in the first 2 weeks, there will be there for the 15 days, one module will be there taught, and again, the first assessment will be take place. Once that is done, it will just go into your degree. Then no another appearance for the subject. That kind of scheduling is there. And throughout the week, I like my course is little bit too much practical, so it has more time as compared to theoretical courses. Like we have to visit the farm and agricultural fields, take the notation of the plant growth and all that stuff. It was like 5 days a complete course for me till now.
Okay, great, great. What about you, Vikrant? Like, how was your schedule? Was it tight? Like, how was the entire week?
I would say the lectures and seminars were every week, every day. So yeah, the weekends were the only things that were free. But we were given that much freedom that we got time to complete our self-study and do all the readings. So it was in our hand to manage everything properly. Yeah.
Okay, great. And Rutuja, how was your schedule, kindly? MPH.
Yeah, so sir, for my course, we have 10 modules, which they have divided into 4, 4, and 2. So like that, we have three semesters. So the first semester was like we were just getting adjusted to it. For the first 2 weeks, we had a big orientation program in which they explained everything, how the course goes on, how the assignment pattern is going to be, and at the end we have a critical review that we need to submit, which is basically an essay. And as far as the lecture part is concerned, I had maybe 4 to 5 lectures a week, and weekends were free for us. And apart from that, I think in the month of October they gave us a 2 week gap, which they called it as a reading week. So in that we had sufficient time, and that was the time when they posted the assignments to us. So that was the time where we got to read the course content and work on our assignment as well.
Okay. So it was hectic, like, it was different and hectic.
Yeah.
And Sarah, if you can tell us the entire year schedule, because you already did 3 semesters there. So how was your year?
Right. I don't have like the exact thing right now because it's been a while, but I'll tell a general this thing of it. So we were also set into 3 semesters essentially. I think it was broken into four modules, and then the last one was basically over the summer. It was our dissertation process. For masters, you'd be doing that. So that takes a substantial amount of your time. For most of them, we did have reading week in between, both the first 2 semesters. But I think with the degree that I did, because it was really intensive, and personally, it's probably just my habits, to be honest. It used to get quite heavy with the reading, so most of my weekends went with that. I'm pretty sure others handled it a bit better, but I think kind of going from a bachelor's here to a master's, it got a bit hectic there. We'd have readings through classes throughout the week, and then most of my time would kind of go preparing for research and stuff like that otherwise. Is there anything specific that you'd want to ask otherwise? I think that's pretty much it from my end otherwise.
I just want to ask, like, how much were the study hours in a week? Like, it was like
Right. With this one, I'd say the classes would go for about 1 to 2 hours, the lectures, and I'd have about 4. So I'd say 20 hours per week. This is outside of class hours because you spend a substantial amount of time reading, but that would be an average.
Okay.
Mhm.
Great. Now we'll come to the important aspect of studies, that is basically the professors and your fellow students. Okay, so obviously every university will have different experiences for every student, and it depends on the program as well, the kind of fellow students you get and professors you have. But then quickly, if you can just tell how were your professors during this. So we can start with Rutuja. So Rutuja, how were your professors whom you encountered, and how were the fellow students like?
So for students, there are people from all over the world, so we get to meet a lot of people. I also observed that people have been doing extremely great work in this field, which is public health. Like people have already a nice good experience of public health over here. And my course director is the best. I mean, I just love her. Her name is Arpana Verma. She is Indian, but she has been in UK forever. So she is extremely nice. And what she did was she kept an academic advisor meeting, especially for the master students every week, 1 day or 2 day, in which she had a one-on-one discussion with us as to how you are finding the course, is there any difficulty that we can work on, and all that stuff. Apart from that, the teachers which we had for our modules are equally good. I mean, I'm very happy with everything.
And a lot of professors were like Indian origin, or they were British or some other nationalities?
So my course director, as I said, she is a professor for one of my modules as well. And there's one more module which I have, communication disease control. The professor is Indian. Her name is Anjana Sahu.
Okay, okay.
Yeah.
Great. So what about you, Vikrant? Like, how were your professors?
So yeah, all the professors were fantastic. The knowledge base that they have is like really good. As we have seminars, in the seminar there are like cohorts of like 15 to 20 people. So you get a good amount of time to interact with the professor. So it's on you how you interact, and you get like you get feedback on the studies that you have been doing. So the professors were really good. I had one subject, global leadership, in which he wasn't exactly the professor, but he had been working for like 40 years as a turnover manager, and he had helped Vodafone, get back into profits from loss-making company. So he was that kind of a man. And yeah, so we had like for 10 weeks his lecture. In every lecture, we had a guest lecturer in which like ex-CEOs or the chairmen of the companies used to come and talk to us for a half an hour and give their insights on leadership in the current like trends of the world. So
Okay.
that was really something like additional that we got to experience. Yeah, so it was fantastic. The professors are really good.
And professors were mostly British, or they were like Indians and
No, none of my professor was British actually. One was from Iran, one is from like Portugal, one is Indian. So like yeah, from different various countries. But yeah, and the crowd is like from majorly China, India, Egypt. So you get to hang out with other people, and in the class when the discussion happens, you come to know like there is another perspective of thinking to the same questions. And so, yeah, it is a great experience when you are in a cohort where there are people from different countries.
great, great. And what about you, Sarah? Like, how was that experience about professors and fellow colleagues and all?
Oh, it's been absolutely fantastic. I feel like I spoke quite a lot about how intensive the course is. I don't want to scare any of the students. They do uh, take care of mental health quite. It's quite a big thing here, and they really look out for students. I think one of the first things that I personally experienced when I came to Bristol was they assign a personal tutor to you. So that'd be one of the professors that you interact with. They'll help you set your expectations for how you're going to do studies, how it might be different from back home, what to expect, everything really. And if you have any problems or if you're kind of struggling with something, you're worried about them, you can talk to them easily. Most of my professors were British actually. Probably one or two were from Greece. But they're very approachable, very easy to talk to. And I would say one thing when you're studying, make sure to not be passive about it. Try to ask questions, and they're easy to approach. They're easy to talk to. Um, but you have to also try do stuff from your end, and that'll really help you out. Yeah.
Great, great. And Digvijay, what about you?
So I'd like to clear to everyone this point, like as a fellow colleague have been said that the teachers and the professors here are very welcoming and very supportive. It's not like in India, like if I want to talk to my HOD, how to talk, when to talk, shall I go in front of him, whether he'll scold, all that stuff. There is nothing here like that. It's totally a friendly manner, but in an ethical way. Yeah, it's always. You just have to follow a proper thing when you're facing any problem or any concern. You can go to them, you can talk to them. As said by everyone, personal tutor are assigned to you. You can ask them any question regarding their courses, like how to do, I am not getting exactly what it is. And basically they have their own individual student unions in university which take care of your mental well-being. So it helps in a very good manner because uh, everyone knows it is an international platform. Even the professors, students, everyone, you have like different nationals, different citizens, so they know how to manage the things properly. So don't worry about regarding that things. It will just take off. And yeah, the professors are very helpful. I must say, it has been nearby 4 months. I'm looking all my professors. Some of them are from Canada, some of the Egypt, some of the India, and most of them are the Britishers. And they are the well achievers person. Like they are the expert. When it is said that this person is working in this field and he's the professor of that sector, yeah, they are really worth it by learning from them because they have an experience and achieving major goals in commercial areas as well.
Great, great. So till now we were talking all about academics and studies. So let's talk something, outside academics. So basically about maybe whatever hobbies you have and you want to pursue them, or what will be your pastime, like, maybe going out for the movie or playing some games with friends, or, just chilling out in some place. Like, so how you people used to spend, like, or like you spend your free time with friends and whatever. So let's start with Sarah, because she had been there quite a while. So how was your pastime, or how was the fun part of it?
The fun got really, really fun because I just had so much to do here. There's so many places to visit. I love going for long walks, and Bristol has a lot of green spaces. It's one of the greenest cities here, and I love baking, cooking, going out to cafes. So you just have this city specifically, at least, has something for everybody. You'd have Bristol is quite famous for graphic art as well. So, the buildings would be just an array of colors. It's also quite famous for the hot air balloon festival. That would be the cheapest way to get on a hot air balloon, by the way, if you want to, in the entirety of UK. This happens somewhere the end of summer, so sometime around August, I'd say. And there's a lot of music, theater. Just really, if you look it up, you'll find something for yourself here, for sure.
And you had friends from which country majorly?
Right. Getting to that, actually, Bristol has a lot of international students, mostly Indians and Chinese, if you're looking at that strata. But most of my friends were Chinese. Them have gone back. There's not a lot of Indians in my course. Surprisingly, most of the ones I studied were teachers who've had 30 years of experience, and they're all British. So the course specifically that I did was primarily white. Yeah.
Great, great. What about you, Digvijay? Like, how was your pastime? How is your pastime?
My pastime is very fantastic, sir, because this Newcastle is a coastal line city. It has a very historic city, it has a good history, and even the nightlife in Newcastle is famous for the nightlife. Even the Tyne Bridge is here, which is an excellent monument of architecture. The nightlife and even the what we can say the social life of Newcastle is very friendly. I have many friends. What I do in my pastime is like I love to socialize with your local people. I love to interact with them, and they're very welcoming and happy to talk to you. When you're greeting them with happy face, hello, good morning, sir, to an unknown stranger also. So they will greet you in return. So it gives you a sort of positiveness and sort of confidence. What I think when you are away from your home. In my pastime, I make many of my friends. I had a good count of my friends right now here. I made friends from Nigeria, Canada, North Carolina, and many of the others. In my course, there are fellow two Indians are there. They're from Nagpur and one is from Delhi. So yeah, it is a very good life here, enjoying and staying as well.
What about you, Rutuja? You are in Manchester, which is sports capital and soccer and a lot of clubs around. So how you enjoy?
So uh, obviously the pastime is very nice over here. Recently, right from mid-November, we had Christmas markets all over the UK. So many of my co-colleagues can relate with that as well, that the Christmas markets are also a very good place where you can go socialize, have some nice time with your friends and stuff. Apart from that, my university, the student council of my university, has an international society in which they arrange maybe one day 24 like one day return trips around UK, which are usually on weekends, either a Saturday or a Sunday. So I took a few trips with the International Society as well. So apart from Manchester, I went to Birmingham, I went to Liverpool, I went to London, and it was really nice. So the pastime, and also I even find grocery shopping over here to be very therapeutic and as a part of my pastime, because I love cooking, I love grocery shopping and everything. So it's really
Great.
nice. Yeah.
Great,
And yeah,
great.
of course, the football clubs. Yeah.
Correct. Football clubs. And you watch matches?
I do a bit.
On television, not in the ground, on the ground, right?
No, not on the ground. On television, yeah, sometimes I do.
You have to
I
be
mean, I
careful.
keep
You have to be
the
careful.
follow-up of the
If you go
score.
on ground, then you have to be careful. You should pray that Manchester will win. Otherwise,
Yeah,
we don't know what will happen, right?
yeah. But the match tickets are too costly, sir.
more than 300 pounds. Yeah. And
Yeah.
what about you, Vikrant? Like, what about you, Vikrant?
So like as everyone said, the social life and the nightlife here is quite active compared to in India. So there are always some events or like parties going around the campus or in the city center. So as a person, like I was more active in the sports things, and so there are many clubs and activities that I didn't like. I had never heard of, like Quidditch. There must be some Harry Potter fans. So like netball, some sports that I had never heard of. So we had give it a go. So we could just go and like play games with them for some time, and then decide which clubs we wanted to join. So I was the part of Dodgeball Society, and they organized an event or a party, like get together outside, so for bowling, a pub crawl maybe every Saturday. So it was always active, and even the people in my accommodation are so nice that we usually hang out while like cooking dinner in the evening. So that used to be my pastime. My flatmates are from like London, Malaysia, Thailand, uh, like many countries actually. So it is always nice to hang out with them. I even explored some countryside places such as Buxton, Macclesfield. Recently, I went to York and Scarborough, and I would say that the countryside in UK is really good and it's peaceful.
Okay, great.
Yeah.
Great. So this is about your studies and non-academic or extracurricular activities. Now we will come to an important factor in studies, that is cost of education, because that is something which is very important, because whenever we meet any students or any parents, important thing starts, or maybe we can say the discussion ends at the cost of education. So I just will, because you all are studying in a ranked UK universities, so tuition fees are about £25,000 in most of your cases. So already tuition fee is expensive, plus living is also an important factor, and UK is going on very high in the cost of living. So day by day there is an increase in inflation in the UK. This is what we heard here regularly. So we will start maybe with girls again, because girls are very specific about cost, shoppings and everything. So first, maybe Rutuja, like how do you find the cost of living, and do you work part time there, or like how you manage?
So right now, sir, I don't have any part-time job, but I have applied for a few, because I thought maybe for the first 3-4 months I'll take time to settle down, take time to get adjusted to my academics and everything, and then maybe. So my submission is on the 16th of Jan. I'm hoping till then I get something, or if not, I'm going to send out more resumes of mine. So yeah, I'm definitely looking for a part-time job, because initially I had this thing that nahi hai zarurat aise, but once I saw the cost over here, the cost of living, everything, it's quite expensive. If you just go on spending on stuff, if you have a budget, if you keep a track on your budget, then it's quite manageable. So yeah, I mean, it's good. But being an Indian, we have this mentality that even if we see a product of £2, we immediately have this conversations going on in our mind that 2.2 pounds is 200 rupees in India. So yeah, I mean, I am looking for jobs.
No shopping, that means no shopping?
No, sir, I did take the advantage of Black Friday sales. But yeah.
So that happened in Thanksgiving, right?
Yeah, somewhere around Thanksgiving.
Yes, but otherwise no shopping, right? No more shopping, going and buying in malls and all, right?
Or only grocery shopping for me right now.
Correct. What about you, Sarah? And yeah, Rutuja, how much is your rent per month, and how much is your other groceries and stuff like?
So my rent that I'm paying is £200 per week. It is till the end of August, so it is maybe a 51-week plan for me. And for grocery, I usually prefer stores like Sainsbury's, Tesco, which is a bit student friendly, I suppose. So I don't know. I mean, my grocery weekly, maybe it may be around 30 to 40 pounds. Yeah.
Correct. So per week you manage within £250.
Yeah.
So you can say 1,000 is your basic for a month. Basic things.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, Sarah. So she has set a budget of around £1,000 a month. So what about you? Like what is your living expense and how you manage? Have you worked part-time and all?
I'll get to all of that. As far as the cost of living thing goes, it's getting pricey. My course itself was about 22-ish, 22,000 pounds. The accommodation that I went, so you have student accommodations or you can go for private ones. Now, since I was going there for the first time, I didn't really have anybody here. It made sense to apply for a student accommodation. They might seem pricier, but I think for the first year that you go, if you're going for bachelor's or for 1 year for the master's, it makes sense to go for that. It's well sorted. You have people looking out for you. That was about 10,000 for me for the entire year, the accommodation. As far as the budgeting that goes for the month, now Bristol is the second priciest city after London. So I'd say most of the stuff is pretty expensive here. But for the groceries, I'd say there are just one thing I like to add before I go to that is you have a lot of webinars happening from the university. They kind of give you a heads up on what places to go to and stuff. So definitely try attending those. I definitely did before coming here. And I would go to places like Lidl, Asda. They tend to be cheaper than Sainsbury and Tesco here at least. And I would spend about 20 to 25 maximum for a week's worth of groceries. So mine would come to about 200 a month in terms of food. So I try to keep it on the lower side. You can kind of tweak it around in terms of, how much you allocate for snacks or for groceries in general. And definitely I'd say when you're looking up the place, look up supermarkets that would have Indian foods. So you don't have to bulk up your suitcase with foods when you're coming here. You'll probably find something easily that way. Yeah, and in terms of part-time work, I would say the visa obviously has certain permits, right? So if you're working as a student, you get about 20 hours a week. And then full-time or during vacation, you get 40 hours or something. I personally didn't really work part-time throughout my academic year because it was really hectic and I couldn't really manage to spend that much extra time besides it. But I started working about a month ago, full-time. So yeah, that's working pretty well so far.
Wow. And how much is the salary rate there? Like when you work full time there, like how much they pay? Pay you
Now
monthly?
that depends upon what job you'd go for. I have started with a freelancing thing, so that wouldn't be like very set. It would kind of depend upon which assignments I would get. Because I'm starting at a very entry level thing right now, I'd say it would be about 1,800 a month, which is kind of low to be honest. But hopefully I can pick it up and take it a bit higher as time progresses.
Correct. And yes, Vikrant, what about you? Cost.
So yeah, my rent here is around 147 pounds per week. Yeah, so in Leeds, I would say there are options from 120 pounds per week to like 180, 200 pounds. So like there is a flexibility if you are searching for accommodation at a low end or a high end, you are able to get that. Grocery wise, I would say that Leeds being a big city, there are many options like Morrison, Sainsbury's, Aldi, Asda. Aldi, Asda are much cheaper, but yeah, it depends upon the distance that you have. You have to travel for that. But yeah, the groceries goes up to like 150, 160 pounds per month, I would say. So it is manageable. And yeah,
And we can say you are putting again 900 to 1,000 a month cost of living rate.
Yeah, I would say that.
What about a part-time job? Did you get one?
Yeah, so I started applying about a month after coming here, once I was settled. It took time for me to get a job, and I finally got in like the December 2nd week when the Christmas parties were happening. So it was a zero contact hour job. Like they would call me, and if I was free, I could go there because of the cap limit of 20 hours. So I did 3 shifts with them, and yeah, I recently got paid also for that. But yeah, it's a good feeling when you are doing part time and you get that money, and now you like once you earn in pounds, you sort of get a good feeling of managing your budget now.
Correct.
So yeah, it is labor, but yeah, I would suggest like people coming from India, like make a part-time resume before coming here, so that once you come here and have like settled enough, you can start applying because it will take time to find a part-time job. So
Correct.
yeah.
Correct. And yes, last person, Digvijay. Like, what about your budget and part times?
Everyone are aware that costs are quite high in UK, but I'd like to clear to everyone which are coming here in UK, please, as she said, like the mentality must be firstly you have to work on that. Don't just convert the pounds in INR. If you did that, you'll not able to be happy and satisfy yourself. Just think, as you are here, you have to acclimatize, you have to adapt the certain situations. You can't look back and compare the things. It won't give you a sort of relaxation. So please don't do that firstly. The second thing, costs are high, but it totally depends on you. Like currently, I'm living here in Newcastle. I have 120 per week, 120 pound per week. So it totally depends on you. If you are flexible, if you are basic adjustable, there are no cost high for you. But you want parties, you want nightlife, you want everything at an beyond an optimum level, then nothing is fit for you. For the people coming from study actually consultancy abroad, a simple family, simple home, nothing is cost for us. Practically, I am saying this because I'm going through all of this kind of thing. Is nothing like cost high, cost. I have listened many of the things before coming here. Like yeah, there are the Sainsbury and the malls are totally quiet, not people going there. The big kind of recession. Yeah, it is. But after all, what your needs is it depend on that kind of thing. I got 120 per week here, a good room, a basic life, a basic room, and all that the essential amenities. Quite happy with it. Second thing regarding the groceries, you have Aldi, Tesco, and very cheap things are available here. So don't worry regarding that. Do we have indigenous like the masalas and all that? Shall we get in UK or not? Everything is available here. Just you have to find out. Just you have to search a little bit. So it's not like very hectic. It is manageable. Trust me, it is manageable. And the second and the third thing, the part-time jobs. Everyone goes through the panic tension of getting in part-time. Indeed, no replies. 400 people applying for the cleaner jobs, still no replies. Just don't get panic. Just give time to yourself. Give time to the situation and the process. You will get a part-time. Currently, like I applied from the 9th September. The day I came, I started applied from that day. Eventually, I didn't got the part-time first month, second month in November, like the last 28th November, I got a job in a St. James Stadium, which is an international football stadium as a junior cook. As a junior cook, I got that. I have cooked at home, but I have added some of the things like I have cooked and I have an experience regarding my hotel as we have back in home. And I just perform my this proper ways and they give you training and just train you. So it's not working for the pounds or not. It is not going to help so much. Like the pounds would don't no, will not make a very much difference to game make you earn, but it will give and develop a sort of confidence when you're out of your home. You're working for 8 hour shift, managing your work, having some rukha sukha and still working. So it will develop a very big confidence and which will not only help you to excel practically, rather than academics, it will make you a very, what we can say, bold and much more to face the future struggles. So yeah, it is quite manageable. Just be positive. Don't get panic. Everything can be done. Yeah.
Correct. And from this year, like the students who are going for September 24, we have already got around some 40, 45 students already in pipeline, but they will increase by the time we go by March. So for all of them, what we are recommending them is once you get an offer later from the university, start searching for accommodations, because accommodation is something which is getting very difficult nowadays, year by year. Because I remember in 2012, 13, it was very easy to find an accommodation, cheaper accommodation, because not many Indian students or international students used to go to the UK. But now the number of students going to the UK is very high, and hence accommodation. So you will agree with this, that yes, one should start searching accommodation immediately they get an offer letter, right?
Yes, sir, yes, sir, exactly. You're totally true. Just look for the accommodation as soon as possible. Before you arrive, please make sure you have your what we can say tenancy letter, contract, first installment paid, and just trust on the process. It's not like we have paid and where is the room. It will be done. These people are very fond of the rules and regulations. So just
Correct.
get it done and make the accommodations clear before you arrive.
Correct.
So it will like because some of my friends have booked earlier, then they cancelled and they thought like once we'll reach, then we'll do and the stuff. So it was very hectic for them. So they faced many of the troubles. Just do before as you can, so that after reaching here, there will be no any hustles you'll have to face.
Correct. What about you, Rutuja? Like accommodation, you believe it should be early, right? Done early.
Yes, sir. I mean, I got my offer in January, and in February, and my
I remember.
accommodation was booked.
Yeah, you did it. I remember. We
Yeah,
were.
along with the advance rent, everything. So side by side, once you start getting offers from the universities, side by side, you have to start looking for the accommodation as well. You've got two options, whether you choose an in-campus accommodation or a private one. but make sure you go for a student accommodation, because the first year it is good to have students around you. Many people are struggling with the same thing that you are struggling with, so you get to meet a lot of people, new friends, everything. So a student accommodation is always a good idea, at least for the first year. And yeah, once it is done, go through many accommodations. There are many options everywhere in the UK. Whichever suits you the best, just go for it and book it well in advance.
Okay, great. Yes, Vikrant.
Yeah, sir, I agree with that. That once you have the offer letter, start finding the accommodation and like start comparing the prices, because I booked my accommodation quite early, and so I'm paying like around 147 pounds. But there are some people who have got like similar dimensions of the room and flat, but they are paying much more, like 155 or 160 pounds per week. So by the time like the days go by, the rent will go on increasing. So you don't want that to happen, because then it will go over budget. So like start finding it early, check out the rules and the policies of the university living that they are offering, because maybe they ask you to give two preferences. So be sure that you give like you're sure about the two preferences that you are submitting to the university, because they also take a time and then they start allotting the rooms to you. So you should be able to grab the opportunity about the room they are allotting it to you. So
Correct.
yeah, and my friends have received the rooms that they wanted. They have got the residencies they wanted to go in. So it's not like, you won't get it or it's really hard. But if you start applying it early, that is the case.
Correct. We are going to make it mandatory this year. Like, okay, everyone should go for accommodations as far as they, because that will help you to cut down the cost and you will get a desirable accommodation. It might be a university accommodation or part-time accommodation outside the campus accommodation in private. But then if you do it early, because UK, if you do anything early, you save money on that. Even it's railway ticket
Yes.
or it's whatever. If you book early, you always have a cheaper deal. So that is what we are going to recommend. And with this, I have just come to the last dimension of it, and I will start with Sarah for this. Being a girl, even Sarah and Rutuja, there is a lot of concern about the safety, about crimes, especially crime against women and all the stuff. So being girl like Sarah, how you found the safety in the UK overall, like how it was for you for a year or more?
I personally, I'm like in Bristol, it's been extremely safe. I think there was something that I wanted to add when I was talking about like the hobby thing, because it's really easy and safe to travel. As long as you plan ahead of time, like you can even manage the cost and thing, everything well as well. With Bristol, when I'm trying to tell you that it's safe, I've gone for walks at 12 a.m. in the morning sometimes and not had to like worry about anything at all. Gone alone for walks, by the way. So
Outside the
it's fairly
campus,
safe.
you went for the walk?
Right. So the city campus thing. So most of the university buildings would be at the center, and it's not it's not distinguishing like a campus area from residential area. It would kind of be mushed in together. When you're planning for accommodations, I'd say the student accommodation thing, like you said, is a good idea, because you also get to do a lot of choices in terms of what kind of a housing you want. I think people generally were quite concerned about, like you said, about the safety. You can look in for specific gendered rooms. If you want non-party places, you have a lot of choices when you're looking through accommodations that way. Try to check in how much of a walking distance it is between the university and this thing. So even if you get a cheaper place, you don't want to spend too much on transport, then you can kind of make choices that way. And give yourself time to settle in. Once you're in the city, you've gotten used to the people and everything, you can always look for a house to live in together with your friends later on. That works out. But initially, the university accommodations, they'll help you settle in better. And you can always, when I was researching, I looked up the reviews from the university website itself, but you also have a lot of YouTubers doing it. So you kind of get uncanny reviews telling you, the bad stuff sometimes. So you know exactly what to kind of pick and choose between the places.
Correct. And what about you, Rutuja? You feel safe and everything, like till last 3-4 months?
Yes, sir. So I think choosing the right accommodation is very important in terms of safety as well, because as my co-colleague said, that yeah, the accommodation should have a nice proper distance from your university so that you save a lot on the commute. I go walking to my university every day, every time I have my lectures. So the road is quite safe, even if sometimes I'm alone, sometimes I have my friends with me, but I feel quite safe. Also, my accommodation is very close to the city center. That is why even at 2 or 3 at night, it is quite safe and noisy. There's a station, Piccadilly station, right behind my accommodation. So it's safe in that way. But few of my friends who went for a different kind of accommodation or did not book well in time got allotted the university accommodation, which is a university accommodation but still very far from the university. It is in a very colony like area, and over there are no vehicles. Also at night, now that the started, it gets dark by 4:30 max, so it becomes very quiet over there. So uh, at such places, yeah, it is not very safe to go out alone, especially because even in the UK I've heard a lot of cases of stabbing and everything. But for that, I mean, I don't mean to scare anyone, but you have to be in a group. Make sure after a certain point, don't go outside alone. And yeah, that's it.
Yes, and now what about guys like Vikrant? How is Leeds is a safe place, I know, but still.
Yeah. So, sir, I would say that, yeah, that I feel that in every city there are some safety issues. And in Leeds, I would say that if you are like living in the outskirts of the city, that can be an issue because, like India, we have habit of seeing a lot of people walking around us, so we feel safe even if we don't know anyone. But in UK, you would see that the number just goes like to 10 to 12 people in the day. So as it is, the sun sets around like 3:34 right now, so it gets dark around 4 o'clock in the evening. So you won't see like 2, 3 people max on the streets. So that is a concern that if you are walking alone at night, it can be a concern. But I would say that, yeah, as Rutuja said, that you should walk in the groups. You should talk to someone. The university provides services, like if you are on the campus and you are working in the library, there are shuttle services provided to you that you can contact and they will drop you to your accommodation. So yeah, it's important that you check the location of your accommodation and how far is it from the university, because you will be sitting in the university in the evening time, because my lecture ended around like 6 in the evening for some days. So you will be walking at night time. So you must have friends that are walking back with you. So that are some safe options that you can consider before booking an accommodation.
Yeah, Digvijay, anything on safety tips?
Yes, sir. The law and order is very strict, and even the policing and all that stuff is like very helpful. Nothing regarding the breach or something like that. But after all, we can't deny the some of the things get happened at every like what we can say periodic intervals. So better to keep yourself away from the unknown crowd, and better to be in our own work rather than what happens is like in terms of exploring something new or something big or unwanted situations. So it's better to be safe. And yeah, as the everyone has said, it's get dark after 4 and all that. Like it's quite true. But till now, I didn't find any of the example regarding this has been happened. But there are in other cities of the UK. So yeah, it depends. But after all, when you are in a group, when you have a proper but accommodated with your friends or someone, it makes you feel better. And no such cases I can't see right now here or sunny in Newcastle.
Great. So this is all about the important questions which most of the people have. There are other questions too, and there will be list will be big. So we need to wait 4-5 hours here to answer all the questions, which we will not like to do. Obviously, we have got some guests here with us. Like we have got some students, current students going for Jan. Even we have got in the meeting. So we'll give them some 10 minutes time now to interact with you, ask some of their questions, but we will not ask directly. I will request everyone to put me a message, put me a chat to me individually. Those who want to ask question, I will check my chat and ask you one by one, so that I will take a lot of questions together. So we will finish fast. If I give opportunity to everyone, then it will be a longer session. So anyone who has any question, even our staff members, even some students, parents are also there. So you can just ask me, message me, like chat with me individually in chat box to me, Amit Gore, and I will take your question for sure. Okay, I'll give you 2 minutes till that I will just chat with them informally. So how is Christmas fever there? Like, it's good. Like, Vedant, how is everything there? Christmas.
So you mean me?
Yeah.
Yeah, so the Christmas is quite lively. Like we Indians celebrate Diwali, it's like Christmas for them. And the Christmas market sets up around like in the end of November, and it goes on till like the 25th. There are ice skating rings around, so you can go for ice skating. There are like it's like a circus for you. Like there are rides, different kinds of rides. Hot people are drinking hot chocolate because of the cold. It did snow like in the last 2 weeks. So we as a group are enjoying drinking hot chocolate in the Christmas market. So it's really lively and like you get to see many people around, like dressed up in Santa Claus costumes and everything. So it's really good.
Sarah, how is Christmas there?
It's been a dream last year and it's been a dream this year too. Although it did snow a lot more last year, I'm kind of happy that it didn't because I'm perpetually cold. It's been really nice. I think one of the things I haven't been able to visit so far though has been Winter Wonderland. Everybody keeps talking about that all the time, whether that one's in London or the one in Cardiff. But yeah, it's kind of like a little mini amusement park, really. You get like a lot of, Christmas themed food in those markets. There'll be a lot of trinkets and stuff. And if you make friends with British folks, then you can go for family dinners and they have like a traditional roast of sorts. It's really nice. And people here are lovely.
Great. Guys, any questions? You can chat me individually. Next 1 minute, I am going to take question. Otherwise, we will say the session is off. Okay. Yeah, Rutuja. So how is Christmas fever at Manchester?
Sir, it's very beautiful. The Christmas markets, the Christmas trees, as Vikrant said, it is as good as a Diwali for these people. So everyone is enjoying it over here, and we also enjoyed it. It rarely snows in Manchester, but I guess we were lucky enough to see snowfall this time. It did snow maybe 2 weeks back, and so all my friends, all of us were down in the accommodation. Most of them were Indians because for the Britishers it was quite common for them to see the snow, but we as Indians were very excited to see it. And the Christmas markets are lovely, sir. They are very beautiful. And
Good.
yeah, a must visit.
Digvijay, how is Christmas?
Yeah, I totally agree with what Ruti just said. It's totally fine when you see the snow at the first time. So it was like a very wonderful experience to go down and enjoy and to have fun with that kind of thing. And the Christmas markets are very much like a very helpful moment for us because many of the rates are cheaper. We can enjoy there. The small carts, the rides, the circus, the plays, the songs, the street vendors, and all that stuff. It's very happy type moment. What we can say, a mela जैसा होता है अपने यहाँ पे वैसा ही होता है यहाँ पे. It's like a very happy thing that makes you relax, yeah, and feel good. Very nice.
Great. Yeah, now I am starting with the questions. I have some interesting questions. Before that, I will request Hiren sir. Hiren sir, you are all IELTS faculty, Mr. Hiren Panjwani. He is in the classroom, and sir, if you can show the classroom to us, because some students are in the classroom and I think they are trying to listen to you all. It's a live. He has shown it live to the entire class. So Hiren sir is here. So if Hiren sir, you can show the classroom to them, so they will like to see the students also. They will remember their past. They will remember how it was for them 2 years back or 1 year back or whatever. If you can show the classroom, I mean to say the student sitting, if possible. Otherwise, it's okay.
Yeah, I'll try to turn my device. You may
Please.
probably not be able to see everyone, but I'll still try to turn it.
No problem.
And
No problem.
yeah, these are I have sent some questions, and I think
I got
while
it. I'm asking them. Yeah, I'm asking them to them. Just so in the entire classroom. Yes. Say hi everyone. Yes. So yeah, we can see some 4-5 students sitting out there, and there will be student this side also. Good that Hiren sir has made this arrangement so that everyone could join and everyone can See you. So let's start taking questions. Most of the questions are from classroom. There's a first question which came from a student, Unnati, who is there sitting in the classroom. It's for Rutuja. She is asking, why did you choose UK for MPH program?
I did a lot of homework myself before choosing this course as well as the country, to which I found out that for MPH, UK, US, and Australia are the best countries for MPH. Even Amit sir told me the same thing. For US, the master's course is for maybe 2 years, 3 years. Even it's the same for Australia as well. UK being offering each and every master's course for 1 year, I chose UK. Also in UK, once you have done with MPH, there are many jobs in the NHS or the UK health agencies where you can get a good job after completing your master's in public health. So that was the reason from all these three countries, I chose UK for my master's.
Rutuja, question from me. Do you like see a lot of job opportunities for MPH there?
Yes, sir. In the NHS and in the research field, there are a lot of opportunities.
Great, great. So MPH people, we can send a lot many.
Yeah.
There is one more question from a student, again a girl, Sakshi Patwardhan. How can we go nearby places? What is the cheapest or the convenient transport modes in the UK? So maybe Sarah, you can answer first because you are there from quite a long. So what is the best mode to travel in the UK?
I personally like walking, and because Bristol is a condensed city, it's a bit hilly. You'd prefer to kind of just walk around, and it's good for your health as well, kind of just make the most of it that way. But if it would be a bit far, I'd say buses tend to be the best. I'd say for sure, please make use of your student card as much as you can, for as long as you can. You'd get a lot of discounts everywhere. You get cheaper bus tickets that way as well. And I think I'm not sure how it'd be different with other universities, but if you're in Bristol, then at least for the first year of your undergrad, you get a free bus pass for the entire year. Yeah, and when you come here, like, yeah, there's a lot of cards you can register for in terms of Sainsbury and other things also. It cheapens up the thing. But yeah, walking first, and then bus, cabs and everything get a bit pricey.
Correct. Now, we will take one more question, and again for Rutuja. Rutuja, you are very popular in Nasik, I believe. She is your junior. Her name is Vaishnavi, and she's asking, how are your exams and practicals conducted for this program?
There are no practicals for it. We have assignments for this course. So as I said before, our course have 10 modules, which is divided into 4, 4, and 2. So for this SEM 1 modules, we are having 4 assignments for each module, and we basically have a situation given to us by our tutor, and we have to come up with a disease. We have to choose a region or a population or a country, and based on that we have to come up with an essay of 3,000 words, making sure you keep in mind all the rules, the plagiarism, the referencing, everything. And you have to the assignment itself is an examination for us. It is a full 100% marked assignment. And for another course, which is arts and public health, the name itself suggests it is basically related to arts and public health. How can you incorporate public health in the form of arts? It can be singing, reading, yoga, anything. So for that we have an assignment of a disease that we choose. We have to come up with a public health intervention with it and make a 10-minute video of it. It might sound very easy, easy hai, but it's not, because we are working on it right now and we are realizing that it is a very difficult task over here. We can't just choose information, pick information from Google and put it over here. You might find yourself in a lot of trouble if you just put information as it is without referencing it properly. There are styles of referencing that you need to know. So this is how for the entire year my assignments are going to be. And apart from that, apart from the 10 models, I have one critical literature review, which is as good as a dissertation, which I have to submit, which is again an essay of 4,000 to 5,000 words. I have to come up with a disease, an issue, how can I tackle it, being a public health consultant. And yeah, this is how my entire course is going to be.
Great, great, Rutuja. We got more details about your public health program. Now I will be taking last two questions, and now I will please stop giving more questions. Last two questions. There is a question from Abhishek. There are many questions, but the first part of the question is very interesting, and I will ask it. UK is in the recession mode. Is what comes in media, international media, and everywhere. So, is there any difficulty in finding the jobs? This is the question by Abhishek. And then his second question is how we find a job. That is through applying, references, LinkedIn, and all the social media that I can right away answer. But do you find that there is a recession, like for jobs and all, especially, yeah, we can ask Vikrant, Digvijay, do you find that there is a recession in the market there?
So jobs means part-time or like full-time jobs?
Both, maybe both part-time and full-time.
I would say that there are many international students coming in. So for the part-time there is competition, I would say. But yeah, you can get, because like my like 5-6 friends have got part-time jobs. So it's not like, it's impossible that you won't find anything. Yeah, you have to keep applying, and like, it's a struggle, but yeah, you will get it and find something. Build your skill so that they choose you, call you for an interview. For the full time, I guess there are many openings, like the graduate schemes and the graduate roles, which have opened right now, and we have to start applying for them. But yeah, that's the major thing. I feel that it won't happen.
Correct. What about you, Digvijay? Do you noticed anywhere there is a recession or something like that?
Sir, to be frank, I'd like to cut down this question into bits. There is recession, price hikes. Yeah, it is there, but the higher levels. But when we are here as a student, we are looking for the part-time. So where does a student do a part-time? McDonald's, Sainsbury, warehouse job, restaurants, this kind of things. So it is not a recession making a difference, but a competition is making a difference. For the one post, there are many of the students are applying which are same like us. So it's the part of competition, like who is applying early and who has a good luck of getting a review and then getting a call for interview and luckily getting in. So decision no won't make any difference there. When it comes to decision for the full time, so as I'm now working, like I'm pursuing a degree in agriculture. So what should I do is like I must focus on the buyer, Syngenta, the originated companies which have a graduate entry roles right now from her. Yeah, here. So rather than focusing and worrying about that rescission and all that stuff, just pursue in your own individual sectors and look what you have to see yourself in future, at what table you have to work, and start applying. Everyone has their graduate entries in various companies, various corporate sectors, and various educational systems. Just work on that. And when it comes to part-time, so this is the part-time area where the student basically works. So rescission won't make a difference both the sides. Yeah, but the competition does make, I must say.
Anybody else like want to add something to this recession thing? Sarah, yes.
Well, as far as the recession goes, I'm not very familiar with part-time because I didn't really have time for that, unfortunately. With full-time, I'd say when you're going through the entire course, try to make friends around in the course, in the subject, or networking really helps, because in all the places that I applied for a job, the first one I got an interview was through a reference that was working at the place itself. Makes it a lot easier. That's so I'd say kind of make sure that you do it, at least in psychology. That's what I can attest for. Yeah.
Okay, good. So we come to the last question, and last question we will first ask. I don't think you people faced this. Anybody had any problem in immigration there, or it was smooth? We assume it was smooth, right?
It was pretty smooth on my end, yeah.
So I don't think there was any challenge for anyone in the immigration. So I will ask one more question in this as a last question to everyone, one by one. What were the challenges you faced in the first month? Maybe a couple of challenges you can tell us, like whatever it can be. So we start with Digvijay. What were the challenges? Maybe one challenge, two challenge, three challenge, four challenges you faced. You can just say the words for the first month.
So when we get detached from our family, where we lived for 22 years, 23 years with the parents in an Indian mentality, and when you get certainly disconnected at optimum point, so there are many challenges. But the first and the major challenge which can make a difference is the emotional challenge. To get settled down individually, you have to cook yourself, you have to do yourself, you have to do your utensils, you have to do your academics, and which is totally unknown for you for the first time. To be frank, I've never done this thing at my home. I even can't see myself as a cook working. I was like, they have selected me as a cook, and I have not done anything till now, right now, from my home. So the emotional challenge was very tough for me in the first month, like missing homes and like the not sleep, that what we can say, the sleepless night and talking to home, me and all that stuff. But yeah, this is the emotional challenge. When you take over as the time passes, just go with the flow. Don't think much. Just give the time. Now it has been the September, November, now in December. So I'm feeling myself much more confident as I was in November and September. So emotional challenge is the major challenge of making your mental health keeping calm rather than studies. You have to keep your mental health and the physical health also, because the food which we get, which I was getting at my home, a proper time from my mother and all that stuff, here it get totally clocked, get disturbed. You have to cook. You have to cook for yourself. Then only you're getting the food. No one is there to cook you for, and no one is there to greet you with a spoon of full of good food. So yeah, there are challenges of making yourself, doing yourself, but the major challenge is making your mental health stable. And yeah, it needs time, it takes time. Try to develop hobbies, try to do meditation, try to listen some good songs, or try to do whatever you want, as you can keep yourself happy in your free time. If you are able to keep yourself happy in your single free time in your room, then you are done to go for future.
So the best thing in India, like food and people, our beloved people and food is our best thing in India, and that you miss there, and that those are the challenges for you, right, Digvijay?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes.
Yeah,
Totally.
coming to Vikrant.
Yeah, am I audible?
Yeah, you are audible.
Uh, so yeah, the two challenges I would say were cooking, because I wasn't used to cooking. I used to live in a hostel and like at home, so I used to get food as it is. But by coming here, I realized that once you are hungry, you need to get up, decide what you'll be cooking. So it takes time, but eventually you will learn cooking. I would say that this challenge can be overcome if you, learn a few things that are basic to be like khichdi and all, so that you can cook very easily in the first initial days. The second thing was the weather. The weather here changes quite drastically. You would notice that there isn't much, sunlight around, and the sun sets very early, like 4 o'clock now, and it's quite cold and it's windy also at the same time. So I would say that don't try to pull out those trends of not, wearing jackets, puffer jackets, or, layering your clothes. It's better if you, get proper winter clothing from here or from home, because that is something which can hamper your health. I would say many people got sick because they weren't used to such climate. So be a little more aware about the dressing that you would be doing here, so that you don't miss out on like the few days you will be here for a year. Because every single day counts, I feel. Yeah.
Rutuja, so we got list of challenges: food, missing people, like homesickness, then climate. Anything else? These three, I know you faced these challenges, but anything else?
I can talk a lot on this. I mean, not the challenges part, but someone like me, I have never been outside my, like I have never lived without my parents for more than 7 days. I completed my schooling in Nasik, my undergrad in Nasik, and now suddenly we are directly continents apart. I'll be honest, for the first 2 weeks I was like, yes, abhi full freedom, abhi full maze. Then it started hitting me ki I'm missing home, I'm missing food, everything. I'll also like to tell everyone ki basic, I'll just say it in Marathi ki varan bhatचा कुकर लावताच आला पाहिजे, because that is going to be your savior over here. One more important thing is saving money also includes cooking majority of your meals, like cooking yourself, and using walking as your transport thing, so it saves a lot of money. Obviously everyone over there, the counselors and all, will tell you about this, but make sure you register yourself at the GP, because if the weather doesn't help you, if you fall sick or anything, GPs are going to be for your rescue. You just can't go to a medical store and get medicines. You need a GP. So yeah, just look out for yourselves and enjoy it.
So yeah, freedom has become challenge, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm loving it.
Yes, you're loving it, but initially it was a challenge for
Yeah,
a
it was a challenge, but
Yes.
once you overcome that, then you're good to go.
Correct. And now last we come to Sarah. Yeah, Sarah, any other challenge you believe you have?
To be honest, personally, I didn't have any of these challenges. I assimilated really, really quickly when I came here. I think it's just depends on what you kind of give your priority, what kind of, becomes a focus for you. My family absolutely loves calling me every single day, almost. So there was not really a worry of kind of missing people back home. I do miss the food. If I were to give you an idea, I you get meal deals, everything here in Bristol at least. So, kind of makes it cheaper. You get a main food, some drink, and something snack on the side. I ended up getting in chicken tikka or something like that because I really wanted some good spice. It looked red. It looked like it had so much flavor to it, and it tasted like boiled chicken. I'm so sorry. Please cook yourself. Learn to cook. It'll be such a savior for you. I think one thing I did struggle with, I didn't even realize till I went to the GP, was the lack of sun. We come from a very sunny country. Try to kind of keep vitamin D supplements towards the end of the year when the winter kind of comes around. I didn't realize it, but it kind of does affect you. Yeah, and I think I personally just kind of I had problems coping up with the academic hectic schedules. But other than that, it's all right. Everybody has their own struggle. You don't have to worry about it too much. There'll be people to help you.
Great, Sarah. Great. So we have come to the end of this session now, and I will just say some concluding remarks. And anybody of you will like to add something, please add that. Go ahead and add it. Because as an institution, as a consultant, we don't believe in just helping students going abroad, but we believe that making them successful abroad is important. Because the day when you get a passport and visa in your hand, that is not a place, or that is not a moment to celebrate actually. People do celebrate that, but I believe that when you get your first job, as Vikrant said, that getting pounds in your account, or something like that happens, so that is really a moment of celebration. Or as Sarah has already graduated now and she's working, so those are the moments which you achieved something on your own without the help of your parents and anyone else, friends and all. So actually, study abroad process finish when you actually, although our role finishes when you board the plane, our role is over, then your role starts, and that role is extremely tough. That role is really a roller coaster for everyone. Whatever money you can carry to the UK, whatever money your parents can give you, it is you who is going to, make your journey there successful or unsuccessful, whatever it is that. So all of you, I am very happy to see all of you happy, getting adjusted well. And because these three guys are just 3 months old, you are like 1 year and three months old, but you people are going through, still you are going through a struggle, I will say, and highly appreciated. All of us are getting us proud. Apart from your parents, we all at Akshay Study are also very proud of you, that you have done something on your own which you could not do before, and show your parents will be really happy on what. Keep doing good things in future, that I'm sure about. The takeaways from
Hi everyone. I think there is some technical glitch, so we'll wait for some 2 to 3 minutes more, and then we'll decide.
am I audible?
Yes,
Yeah,
sir. Yes,
sir.
sir.
Now you're audible.
Sorry, there was some internet issue, I guess. Yeah. So the concluding remark states that if you are going to the UK, you have to make sure that you are going to face a different education system all the way, and assignment-based education, practical education. So you have to be ready for this transformation of studies. Secondly, you should be also taking care of your health, especially in the winter session and all the stuff. You should be ready for this. If you want to work part-time, remember that you are not going to get part-time job from day one. Don't go to the room, keep back and start searching a part-time job. It is not going to be that easy. You will have to apply maybe after a week or 2 weeks or 1 month. Be patient, keep searching for employment. Don't get frustrated if you're not getting interview calls. Keep searching. As these guys, they have told that they got the part-time job in December or November or something like that. So you have to be ready for that, and you save your money by cooking yourself. You get Indian taste at a cheaper cost, so that will also be very important. And importantly, you are going there as a student, so study well and get good grades. That is something which is definitely going to help you out later in your life. And make friends, roam here and there, take care of safety. This is what has come out of this entire discussion, I believe. Anybody of you, like panelists, want to add anything to this to summarize? Please do that. Yes, Vikrant. Finishing
Sir,
words
I
from
would like to say that like congratulations that everyone is applying and like decided to come to the UK. And I hope that you get into your dream universities. I feel that just keep an open mindset while coming here, because you'll be entering like a new world. There will be opportunities showing up. If you have an open mindset, you will be able to grab them. There will be many chances for networking with people and making friends from like different countries. Make sure you do that. Go to the events and like socialize with them. I would also suggest that go through the university page that you will be, selecting, and check out the different schemes that they have for you. Because I was really benefited by it. I knew some Indian students that were coming along with me to the Leeds, but I didn't know any international students that were coming to my course or the uni. And so there was a buddy scheme in the university that I applied for, where I had to like share my interest and the things that I love doing. And they paired me with a buddy, which was also an international student coming from a different country and was new to the UK. So the main concept here was, you can hang out with your buddy and explore the city and go to the different events. There are meetups, there are games that are kept for these buddy schemes. So you really get to interact. And my buddy was from Japan, and so I really got to know more about her, and like so we became good friends. I came to know uh, many like different people that were Japanese living with her. So you really connect with those people and get to learn a lot many things about the world. So make sure you
so you like
take
to
yeah.
so you like to add that you should socialize, right? This is very important to
Yeah,
socialize there.
yeah. Don't be in your circle. Don't be like, I'll just hang out with the Indians. These are my friends. Try to make as many friends as you can, and that will be beneficial for you.
Correct. And you are very
Yeah.
happy, right, Vikrant, with your decision of studying in the UK?
Yes, I'm very happy, sir.
Great. Anybody else? Finishing remarks? Yes, Sarah.
Sorry, just wanted to add two quick things. One thing was there's career services in every university, and they will be available to you even after your course is done. So don't hesitate to ask them for help. They'll help you with your CV, resume, kind of reaching out to specific job sectors. And also, before you even come to the UK, you can always research your professors, what their research interests are, or what they're teaching, how well they've taught it. So it'll help you kind of set your expectations for the course you're doing. That really helps, the research before.
Great. So yeah, taking help of career advising center is very important. Yeah, anything we like to add, Rutuja?
So yes, I would just like to tell everyone that don't stress, just follow your heart, go according to the rules and everything, do everything before time, and you're good to go. So I would just like to wish all of them all the best.
So you are very happy at Manchester?
Yes, sir, absolutely.
Great. And Vikrant will also like to say, Vikrant, anything you like to say? Please say it.
Yeah, I would just like to add that try to connect with people on LinkedIn that are already in the university or have graduated from the university. So you get to know a little about the university, how the course will be, and that gets you an idea. And also, like I'm available on LinkedIn. If you feel like asking some questions in the future, you can always reach out to me on LinkedIn, and I'd be happy to reply.
Correct. Sarah, you are very happy there in UK?
Oh, I'm blissful. It's been a great year so far, and yeah, I've been enjoying it so much.
Great,
Yeah.
great. And lastly, Digvijay, you like to add anything?
Yes, sir. I'd just like to add, guys who are thinking to coming here and in the process, I'm telling you, please just focus your decision, trust yourself. Just don't give approach to the negativity on the YouTube and that UK मत आओ, यहाँ रेसिजन है, यहाँ पर जॉब नहीं है, बिल्कुल मत आओ. कुछ नहीं है. Just believe yourself, believe your own abilities, and you can discover many more things. It is a very good chance. Feel yourself pride that you are getting an opportunity to learn abroad whatever it might be the situation, but you are there. Still, there are many of them who have dreamed to study, but still they are not able to do. So make yourself can do. So just be confident. It's a very good journey, and you're going to make it. Just be positive with your own decision. Don't like give any approach to the negativities.
Great, great, Digvijay. Thank you. And you are very happy there, right? At Newcastle, you are
Yes, yes,
enjoying.
exactly, sir. I'm totally happy, fine with the struggle. As I'm telling, I'm happy, but I have to do many of the assignments. I know they are pending, but yeah, I am happy, sir. At the end, I'm happy.
Great, great. So you all for being here. I think somebody from my office, maybe Jyoti ma'am or Akshada, I think they will just conclude if they are around. I don't know whether they are around. If they are around, they can just unmute and say something, or else I will be doing the conclusion part of it. Yeah, Akshada ma'am is there, I guess.
Yes, so I would like to thank everyone for attending this session, especially the panelists who spare some time and they help and they guide us as well and our students, our future SSC. This is definitely going to help us a lot because this is the very first session that we have been organizing. If Amritsar agrees with this. So yet before we never had any of these kind of sessions and all, but in future we would like to have it more with you guys and this is definitely going to benefit us a lot and it was very good that you all were there for this session and that's all I can say. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Akshada. And yes, when you people finally get a job full time later on, we will definitely like to interview again, and we'll like to see your happy faces again. That time with a great success. Okay. So thank you all for being here, and wish you all Merry Christmas. Just today away, enjoy your time. Have a gala time in the UK. We will have same time here at Nasik. Whenever we meet your parents, we will tell them. And tomorrow I will make sure, not tomorrow, on my Tuesday, we are again opening the office. Akshada ma'am will call your parents and say them, yeah, they are happy, they're doing good. Okay. So thank you all. Bye-bye. Bye-bye. Bye all.
Thank you everyone
sir.
and
Bye.
bye bye.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Thank you. Merry
Thank
Christmas.
all the participants also, those who joined the meeting. Thank you all and wish you all the best. God bless
Thank you so
all.
much. Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye. Thank you.